Welcome to another Nat Dex Draft League. We aren't changing our team name, we're staying with the Milwaukee Mucks. Our first pick in the draft, a Pokemon we've never used before, Palafin. Pretty obvious why I drafted this thing. One thing I'd like to point out is the max was I think 20 points and this was 18, so it's kind of at a discount. Jet Punch, Flip Turn, and another weird thing that this thing gets is Boom Burst. Might have to screw around with that this season, but I didn't know it got Boom Burst. With 106 special attack too. Not too bad. Obviously Jet Punch with the punching glove is going to do a lot with base 160 attack, and it's also priority. So we'll probably see that most weeks. Number 2 was Iron Treads to get our electric immunity. It's got Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock's knockoff, Proto Booster. We've used it before. It worked out for us. It was a pretty good mon that we had to use. I think I like Iron Treads more than I like Great Tusk, just because I like the steel typing over the fighting typing, but big defense on this thing. So not only can you use it as an attacker, but you can also use it as a physical defender. Our third pick was Spectrier. 15 points for Spectrier in this league. Gets Grim Neigh. Obviously, as I said, it's very cheap. And another thing you can do is the Calm Mind Agility setup, but 145 special attack and 130 speed. We needed speed on our team, even though Palafin gets priority. It was 15 points. I couldn't let it fall too far. After that, we got ourselves Big Stall Toxapex. I've never used Toxapex before, but it gets Recover, Regenerator, Toxic, and Baneful Bunker. One thing, I don't know if I'll be able to use the Toxic and Baneful Bunker in tandem, just because Baneful Bunker I think poisons, while Toxic poisons. So it's kind of a nombo, if you will. But switching out with Regenerator, it also gets Recover, Defense 152, Special Defense 142. Really good tank. Also a grounded poison type, so we can suck up those toxic spikes. Next, we got Rotom Heat. It's got Levitate, it's got Defog. Two things that we needed at this point because we got our Rapid Spinner. And we were pretty weak to ground overall with Toxapex and Iron Treads. It's also got Pain Split and Nasty Plot to kind of heal up and boost its special attack if it needs to, because it's got 105. I mean, 107 special defense as well, so we can use this as a special defender if we really need to. Not to mention that it's Levitate, so we can switch it in on some ground moves sometimes. I've used Rotom Heat before. I've used most of the Rotoms. I don't think I've used the Flying, the Ice, or the non-appliance Rotom, but I think I've used Mow, the Oven, and the Dishwasher. I'm a big fan of the Rotoms. I think that I always end up drafting one, because I mean there's so many of them, and Levitate Defog just by itself is really good. After that, we went back to the Zoroarks, baby. This time we got Hisuian Zoroark, though. I have not used Hisuian Zoroark. So it is a ghost immunity while also being a ghost type, which is good to pair with Spectrier. It has Illusion, and its signature move is Bitter Malice, which is just a strong ghost type move. 125 special attack and 110 speed. Pretty much just Spectrier Jr. And the interesting thing is it's only 2 less points. I think that Spectrier is criminally undervalued in this league, but it's also got 100 attack, so we can run attack sets if we, physical attack sets if we really need to. But yeah, gotta watch out for those dark types. That's why we got Durant. So the special thing about Durant is it's our Z Captain. And this league is no Terra, and I believe it's 7 points and under. You can make a Z Captain, and you can have up to 2 or 3. So I saw that Durant gets Hustle. I know that Durant gets a lot of high power moves, and Hustle does not affect Z moves accuracy. It does affect their damage, though. So we get a Hustle boosted Z move without the accuracy penalty. And besides that, he's also very fast for a Z Captain. So his Z moves hit hard, he moves fast, and he has Fighting, Normal, Steel, Bug, all of those high power physical moves. So he covers a lot, can hit basically one shot anything with a Z move. Very versatile Z captain. I think one of the best Z captains on the board, in my opinion. After that, we got our boy Torterra. Another electric immunity since we got 2 water types. He was only 8 points too. Very undervalued, I think. You can't Terra Torterra, but I think people undervalue him when you can't Terastalize him. His tech is realistically Shell Smash, Stealth Rocks, and then if you need him to be a tank, he can be a tank. So he's got a little bit of the passive hazards. Well, he could also be a tank, but also he could Shell Smash and just rip through a team. It's hard to predict what kind of Torterra is going to come, I think, in my opinion. It is very versatile. Just a good low pointer around the halfway mark at 8 points. 95 health, 105 defense. It's going to be difficult for a lot of things to get through him without ice moves. After that, we grabbed our Dark Resist in Pangoro. Pangoro's defense and special defense isn't huge, but I think that it's still enough where I would be able to bring him as a Dark Resist if I really needed to. He also gets 3 really good abilities in Mold Breaker, Scrappy, and Iron Fist. One move you don't see too often is also Parting Shot. So he comes in a Dark type that's trying to rip through my team, my Parting Shot around, and Dark type loses some offensive boosts. That's the idea with Pangoro. Not to mention 124 base attack. You can always do some utility moves and just not having to invest in it as much into attack to also deal some good damage, I think is good for a utility mod. Next, another Dark Resist, Mega Absol. So Mega Absol is 9 points and has 150 attack, 115 special attack, and 115 speed. I think that it is also undervalued. I think that people think it's really bad, which, I mean, the special defense, and HP, you can see why people don't like it, but it's really fast, hits really hard physically, which I can pair with my Spectre and Zoroark very well. Kind of sneak in special attack on it as well if I need to. It's got 115. Also has the ability Magic Bounce. Has a couple of those utility moves and Sucker Punch and Knockoff. Overall, for 9 points, I think Absol was a steal down here, so I decided to draft it. And that rounds out our NDL Nat Dex League draft with Z moves in Terra Band. I've never used Z moves. I think Durant's going to be a great Z captain, and I think Hustle would be pretty cool to play around with on a Z captain. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe and like to stay up to date with how this league goes. See you guys in the next one.